this is also another little technique strategy that we use that is very, very, very helpful for deepening connection with our children as well as regulating moods. Now, Greg has been, I think, extra good at this. And in fact, it's probably his go-to approach. And that's using physical touch to change state, right? So if your kids are feeling grumpy, down, discouraged, depressed, ornery, you can use physical touch to help improve that mood. Now, oftentimes, one, maybe we're resistant to doing that because it wasn't natural in our own families, and so there's not a lot of physical touch going on. Two, you don't feel like touching them in a nice way when they're being grumpy, and so you don't use that, right? You're like, I will strangle you right now with physical touch. But if you learn to use this in a positive way, it can become very powerful. Now, Greg, like you already mentioned a couple times, uses tickling a lot, right? That can work. That can help change a mood. So they'll be a little bit grumpy and he'll just tickle them and he's still addressing it. He's still talking to them about it. He's not ignoring it. He's not telling them, stop being a baby or whatever. Maybe sometimes you are. But he's tickling to change the mood, right? Roughhousing. Roughhousing is actually really good for the brain and body development. Super powerful. Holding their hands is super powerful. Even putting a hand on the shoulder, especially for like a teenager, right? Or a hand on the arm. It doesn't have to be a big thing. You can just put a hand on the arm, a hand on the shoulder. I have yet to meet someone who does not like massages. Everybody likes massages, and it's a super powerful tool that you can use with all of your children. I literally just will come up and start rubbing their shoulders. They all love it. They love it. I'm telling you, they all love it. Greg loves it right now.
I'm loving this.
Right? She's 9. Since she was a baby, she has absolutely loved leg massages. Like she just loves getting her legs massaged. So if you find out one of these things about your kids, like, oh my gosh, they love leg massages. Guess what? Whenever she's acting up a little bit, I'm like, come here, let me massage your legs.
You say,
or let me rub your back.
Feet. Let me rub your feet while you tell me what's going on. And think about that. Your teens are like, I had a horrible day. I don't know. Like, well, let me rub your feet and tell me what's going on. They're talking and getting the touch, the physical touch. They just go, oh, this is amazing. Thanks for listening, Mom. I feel so much better. Like we're adding all these pieces.
Yeah. And of course, hugs. Now, if this isn't already natural part of your family culture, there's going to be resistance. That's to be expected. Because anytime you do something different, your kids are naturally going to be like, what are you doing? This is different. This is weird. What do you want from me? What are you trying to get out of me? Right? And so we just have to, like we have to just say, oh no, I just wanted to do this. I don't need or want anything. I'm just doing it. And yes, sometimes they go through this phase where they're like, I don't want this anymore.
That's normal.
It's normal.
But if you
but I
keep up
think
the relationship,
they
it'll
do
come back.
want it. Yeah. And so if the massaging is too much or something, then maybe it's just the hand on the shoulder and it's for a second, right? It doesn't have to be long. It doesn't have to be weird. Like I'm on your shoulder, right? It's just like a quick touch sometimes. It's just real fast. But even that little bit, we think, oh, that would make a difference. It actually does. Like there's a lot of research behind it that even a quick touch on the shoulder or on the arm can create more rapport between people.
If you can, hugs in the morning when you meet them, hugs before you leave and go, hugs when they leave and go, hugs before bed. There's massive amounts of research behind hugging. If you can do that, if not, the touch, work where you're at, and they'll go through phases. You guys, your kids will go through phases. They're like, don't touch me. You're like, okay, how about a big smoochy kiss then? And they're like, oh, stop. Like, do you want to rub my feet? Like just be playful. Like just make it fun, be playful, and keep it there.
And or just respect it and be like, yeah, that's fine. But if you want, let me know. I'll give you a massage, right?
Okay.
So they know
And
it's also
if you're
available.
real serious, we'll go to the courthouse and change your name to Porcupine if that's really what you want. Right? Again, just keep it light. Don't be weird about it, but just keep up that connection. So you're connecting, but you're also using it as a strategy. Like they're flying the bed because I'll rub your feet,
Yes. And part of with all of this
and
is
they're gonna grow up. Sorry,
simply,
I gotta laugh here because they're gonna grow up and they're gonna marry someone and be like, hey babe,
will you massage
will
my
you
feet?
rub
She's
my
like,
feet for a bed?
I'm not touching your feet. It's gross. With all of this, part of it just comes down to what your family culture is currently like. Now you can make a shift to make it more natural to include physical touch, but it will, of course, take some time and take some getting used to on both sides. So it doesn't mean that just because they resist it at first that you're like, oh, I guess I won't do that. It's just like they're probably just not used to it. And so maybe it makes them a little bit uncomfortable. And so you have to ease into it where, you start with the touches and then maybe it's the side hugs, right? Or whatever. You just gradually make the physical touch more normal. So then they're not so resistant to it. And I'm telling you, like,
Well,
if you just come up behind them once in a while and just give them a quick little thing, and maybe it's like that, and you're done, they'll be like, "Oh, okay."
we we lead we lead trips all over the world for families and for youth. I've been leading camps, wilderness camps, international camps, humanitarian camps. I've been leading stuff for youth all over the world. And when anyone comes on any of our trips, they get big hugs. And I can always see, the ones that come from families that are used to hugs because they walk up and I'm like, yeah, big bear hug. And they're just like, oh man, look, why are you touching me? And inevitably, 99% of them by the end of the week or the end of the trip or end of the camp, they're going around giving out hugs. Because like humans need touch and they love touch. They might not be used to it. They might resist a little bit, but they're like, okay, wow, okay, there's something here. So it's really powerful.
Yeah.